Every generation imagines itself to be more intelligent than the one that went before it, and wiser than the one that comes after it. George Orwell.
Welcome back to the Headspace and Tasting Podcast, where we talk manhood, tell stories, and discuss the stuff that matters to us, one sip at a time. Hello, Kevin.
What's up, Matt?
Nothing. I'm over here standing. Is that how you say? We stand. We standing over here.
I stand you.
Yeah, I stand you, Kevin. So we're going over Gen Z quotes. Right now, I'm feeling some main character energy.
I got you.
It's
That's
cold.
fair.
Oh,
You
man.
feeling the corn?
Yeah, I'm feeling the corn. It's corn up in here. Is that right?
I have no idea.
I don't know. Does it feel like 100 years old?
I don't.
Yeah, you should.
Gag me.
You didn't understand the assignment, Kevin. Gag me. Okay. I've left my notebook in my bag.
Oh, that's terrible.
You know, today in history, today is August 25th, 2025.
Right.
And today in history, in 1916, the National Park Service was established by the president who will not be named on this show again. Definitely not my favorite president. And
W squared.
Yeah, so the National Park Service was a good, cool thing. I enjoy the national parks.
Yeah, it was, it was the Park Service. It was Teddy Roosevelt that started to establish
National
them.
Park Service, right.
This was the administrative side.
Yeah. So, Woodrow had to find a way to get more government employees on the payroll.
Grow the government. That is correct.
Also, this day in history, 1944,
Mm-hmm.
Paris, France was liberated by, technically, French units were the first ones to roll in.
Well, they weren't liberated by the French,
They
but
definitely weren't.
they marched because we just
We let them go
let them
first.
because de Gaulle was a baby.
He was a baby, for sure. Loser.
Had to save face for the French people.
Yeah, they're very sensitive, Kevin.
Otherwise, it would have been Patton that would have rolled in. Third Army.
Paris?
I thought it was the Third Army
Yeah, maybe.
that was zipping by there.
Should have been Patton, anyway. That's about it. Today in history, there's a lot of people were born and died today in history, but I didn't write any of them down.
Some live, some die.
That's the way it goes, man.
Exactly. We're just
Yeah.
in the timeline of history.
Just a fart in the wind.
If you look at the gravestones, I was born on this date and died on this date, and what's in the middle? Just a little dash.
Little bitty dash. Yeah.
That's it. That's how you get in the timeline of history.
Yeah, I went to Merrimack Caverns this weekend with the wife. She was her first time going, but they're rattling off all the ages of the stalagmites and stalactites. It takes 1,000,000 years to grow an inch, and there's this massive one they claim is 33 million years old.
In dog years.
Yeah. I was always questioned, like, how the heck do they? Because you can touch the railing when you're going up, and you can feel it forming.
It's already growing.
It's already growing on the bottom of the railing.
Exactly.
Like, there's no way.
Well, traditionally, the way they were aging was through circular reasoning. So they would look at the layers of the soil and say, hey, we found this fossil down here in this layer of soil, so it must be this old.
Right.
And then on the flip side, you'll have someone else saying, well, we found the soil at this level, so it must only be this old.
Right.
But,
They don't know.
No.
I mean, I'm sure there's somebody somewhere who is timing the formation of a stalactite.
I mean, if you think about the coal mines is all about coal and compression and all the pressure in the Earth's core that makes coal over millions of years, right? And we harvest it. But there's more than one picture, more than one coal mine and coal miner who have pictures of full tree trunks or trees,
trees
vertical in play, and then the coal all around it. Well, how is that? Why didn't that one tree get compressed?
Right. It just shows that we have no idea what we're talking about.
Well, honestly. The Bible does.
The Bible, yeah. We don't, but it's in the Bible.
Right.
And, there's a lot of interesting things in the Bible that people, maybe some giants and cool stuff like that. There's other versions of the Bible out there, I guess, that have some pretty weird stuff, depending on your denomination, what religion you follow. But, there's one thing for sure, that us humans, we're not as smart as we think we are.
Oh, no.
We're basically, I don't know. I think it's our ego and pride that tries to date things and to say that we have this figured out and that figured out, and we know the formation of when the Big Bang happened and how this, it's just all pure ego to me.
Right.
It's ridiculous. Dinosaurs, like when the people talk about, oh, this dinosaur looked like this and its skin was this color and blah, blah, blah. I'm like, bro, you weren't there. How do you know?
Right. I like the fact that they find a dinosaur and they can still pull the food it was eating out of its gut.
Right.
Really?
Yeah.
You really think you can do that millions of years?
Yeah.
No, you can't.
Well, I think that was the woolly mammoth they did, that they thought out they're going to try to clone it and bring it back to life.
Mm-hmm. Good luck.
Wonderful. That should work out great.
Yeah, that's pretty sick if they do that.
Yeah. Well, they're Russians, so. No offense to our Russian listener, wherever you are out there.
Yeah.
Oh, let me check.
Thanks for listening, Russia.
Yeah, let me check the analytics, see if we got anything new on here.
We didn't.
We picked up Poland.
Yeah, Poland, Sweden still, Russia, Japan, Australia, and didn't we get the Bahamas? Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And that's it. But Australia is 0.3%, climbing up.
Yeah, we do have a listener that's
Victoria,
paying attention.
So we love you guys down there.
Shout out to you.
And we had a spike in listeners today for some reason. 5 plays today. Cool.
That's not a knife.
That man's a national treasure. I forget what movie that's from.
Crocodile Dundee.
No, I know, but there was another movie where somebody was making fun of Crocodile Dundee, and this Australian guy got all upset. He's like, he's a national treasure. You need to apologize. What else you got on your agenda there today, Kevin? We had a little powwow earlier to talk about the show, what we wanted to discuss. And
yeah, I was out of town for a week, and, my note-taking and preparation falls apart a little bit. But what we can talk about is what we're drinking.
Yeah.
And that is it is Yellowstone's Special Finishes collection. It's rum cask finish. It's 100 proof. And it is Kentucky straight bourbon whiskey finished in Cuban rum casks. And the distiller is from the Limestone Branch Distillery in Lebanon, Kentucky. And they've been around for 150 years.
Wow. Now, I just thought this was a brand that came out because of the television show.
No, it's a reference to the national parks. That's part of their symbol, the entrance to Yellowstone.
Right. That makes more sense.
But they have an interesting mash bill because they use 75% white heirloom corn.
Oh, okay.
13% rye and 12% malted barley. So that's their traditional mash bill. Mm. And then in this case, it's aged 4 years. And then it is finished in the Cuban rum barrels for 9 additional weeks.
9 weeks? That's it, huh?
Yeah, before they bottle it.
That's surprising because I can definitely taste rum in this.
Mm-hmm. Or the rum characteristics.
Rum characteristics, yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
What did I write? On the nose, smelling it, I wrote banana peel, sweet banana peels.
Oh, yeah.
That's what I wrote.
Not a bad description. Good job.
Yeah. Is that what you get into?
No, that you said it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then when I taste it, it's like a slight banana So the rum must have been made from banana peels, I guess. Rum is kind of like everything. You just throw everything sweet into a pot and let it rot. And that's how they make it. But I wrote banana, rum, and sugar. But obviously there's the bourbon flavors in there that are forward. But I'm getting strong, like sugarcane type of flavor aftertaste.
And that's on. So you got the traditional rum, and then everything else piled up on top.
Traditional bourbon with the
bourbon.
Yeah,
sorry,
with the rum notes, I would say.
Yeah, on the notes for me, in addition to you just mentioning the banana, butterscotch, vanilla, and I do get some fruity notes to it, and maybe that fruitiness is that banana. It's not as strong as what I'm saying when I say the word banana. It's a lot less. It's like bah, and then banana when I get to the nose. And then as far as the taste, certainly spicy.
Yes.
And I get an oaky, leathery feel to it, taste, and definitely some molasses. And then it kind of reminds me of, when I combined the bourbon with the rum, like they did, it reminds me of a classic hot toddy. Where I'm getting the bourbon, the honey, the lemon,
the honey,
and the cinnamon, all kind of mixed in there together.
Yeah, I almost feel like was there a little bit of rum left in these casks when they put the bourbon in there?
No, I don't know. I doubt it.
Because it's surprisingly, for 9 weeks, it's surprisingly rum forward.
Well, 9 weeks isn't that abnormal to do that. Even on for like a 1 gallon or a 1 liter barrel where I'll toy around with it home and I'm going to finish it off with something. It's only in there for maybe 28 days. And you get all that flavor is already in it.
Okay. So maybe 9 weeks is a bit long.
And then the finish for me, it was definitely warm and lingering. And, for me, it was very enjoyable. I mean, this is a go-to, really. I mean, it's not going to be a day drinker because of its premium quality, but certainly if I had guests over, if I just wanted something a little bit better, because I'm just feeling good about myself at the time, I'm going to pull this out.
It's unique, for sure. Like I said, it's not my favorite that we've tasted, but we haven't tasted anything like this before.
Yeah, and I'm kind of biased because I've had several different kinds of bourbons that were either rum cask or quote-unquote Caribbean cask finish. And there's something to be said about finishing rum off in rum cask because I think it touches it off.
Did we have a Jefferson's Caribbean cask? Or did we try Jefferson's yet?
I can't remember if that was Caribbean or not. I don't think we did it here. I think we did it as part of a flight somewhere.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, at the Rack House.
I'm looking right now. We haven't done anything yet that had bourbon or Caribbean cask.
We had it at the Rack House.
Yeah. So for me, very enjoyable. Most bourbons, if they're going to do traditional bourbon and they're going to age it in those barrels, I don't think they're going to mess it up. I mean, they could.
I guess so. But I mean, if you're starting with good bourbon, when Yellowstone straight bourbon whiskey, just their regular mash bill is very, very good.
Yes.
Very good. And so if you're starting with something that good, it's going to be hard to.
Yeah, because if I'm going out and I'm going to get an old fashioned or something, I'm going to get a Yellowstone 93.
Oh, yeah?
I'll request it specifically when it comes to that. I just like the way they combine their flavors.
I've never tried it. I like Maker's Mark old fashioned, but again, I'm not a big fan of old fashions. The sugar in it kind of turns me off. I do enjoy a bitter drink though. So I'm trying to find, what would that be, like a Manhattan maybe cocktail? That doesn't have sugar in it, does it? Is it simple syrup in a Manhattan?
No.
Yeah, I think I like Manhattans, but I haven't had one in a long, long time.
Speaking of, I happened to look at some notes here that I had written down. Someone had written that if you took if you got rid of the simple syrup in a maple old fashioned, and you just added this instead, would really make it a lot better.
So maple.
It would take you towards more of a tiki type drink cocktail. If you got rid of the simple syrup.
And you said a maple.
Make a maple old fashioned.
Is that a
which
maple
I've never
syrup?
had a. I guess I've never had a maple old fashioned.
No, neither. Yeah, I'm not a. I went to a tiki bar in Savannah one time. It was pretty fun. They let us steal the glasses. I'll show them to you after the show. It's pretty cool.
Well, Gail and I, when we were in Chicago earlier this year, we were at a tiki bar. It was one of the originals, still from 1962, I think.
Oh, cool.
Still in business, and I don't think they ever changed their decor.
Nice.
And it was crazy.
Yeah, everything that's old is new again at some point, right?
Yeah, they were crowded.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the drinks were not cheap.
I bet.
And some of the drinks they actually listed on there and said that we will not allow you to order more than 2.
Because it takes so long to make them?
No, because you can't tell what you're drinking, and they don't want you to walk out falling on your face.
Oh, okay.
So
well, that's nice of them.
Yeah. But you know what? This is going to probably freak you out a little bit, Matt.
Okay.
But this Yellowstone rum cask finish.
How many stars?
5 out of 5.
Oh my goodness.
This is my first 5-star bourbon.
I gave it 2.
That's all right. I mean,
maybe I'm being a little hard on it.
That's your little adolescence. That's okay.
No, it's
I'm a millennial.
I have my tastes, and this is not one of them, but it's good.
For your lineal.
You know why? No, Zennial.
Zennial.
You know why this tastes pretty good to me? It's because I didn't pay for it. So that actually.
Why would you be a Zennial, by the way? Because it was millennials, then Gen Z. It went X, millennial, Z. So why would you be a Zennial?
Because the X is pronounced a Z when it's in the first letter of a word.
Oh, like Xenophon?
Xavier. Xylophone.
Xenophon.
Yeah. So that's it. It's Gen X.
Fear of foreigners.
Xenophobe? Is that it?
Yeah. So every online game that I used to play back before they had everything was
keyboard?
Yes, but it wasn't visual. It was all just a line. You had to read it. What's that called? I just had a brain fart. But my characters when I used to play those games were always Xenophon.
Really?
Yeah. Multi-user dungeons. That's what they were.
Huh.
Those were real popular in the mid-90s.
Oh. Yeah, I think I was playing Nintendo. Mike Tyson's Punch-Out. When did that come out? That was the early 90s, wasn't it?
I don't know. I was already growing up by then.
Yeah. I didn't play much. We'd play some video games, but by the time it was warm enough to go outside, we were outside. If it was summertime, we didn't play video games. And that kind of brings us to, we're talking about generations here. We talked about Reagan in the 80s and 90s, last episode. And why did this come up, Kevin? What brought this up? The Gen Z talk.
Because there was an article that I read over the weekend about Gen Z's flocking towards George W. Bush.
Yeah, it's called #BushCore.
Yeah, had no idea. I didn't know so many people liked George Bush.
In platforms like TikTok, a trend known as #BushCore has emerged, featuring clips of Bush accompanied by nostalgic, feel-good music like Nicki Minaj. The aesthetic paints him as America's most lovable grandfather, evoking comfort and simplicity that many young users long for. Often, these portrayals sideline serious controversies like the Iraq War and Hurricane Katrina. Critics are surprised by how Gen Z can gloss over those historical complexities. As noted, this affection may stem from not remembering those events firsthand.
Right, and I don't think it's so much those events as what you just mentioned, and that's what was calling me out on this whole deal, is that as I started to read it and trying to figure out why he was so popular based on what you just said, or why he's becoming popular. I think the Gen Z folks are looking for better times.
Yeah, less chaos.
And
even though Bush's whole presidency was full of chaos, it was fully chaotic.
Yeah, he did have a lot of chaos.
But him as a person...
It's not something that he asked for either. It all came to him.
Okay. We'll save that for our conspiracy theory show. But he was or is, I guess still, a happy-go-lucky, like he's always quick to make fun of himself, laugh at the things. We talked about the door incident where he couldn't get in the door of the White House and somebody just came up and turned the knob for him, and he turned around like, "Oh, I'm an idiot." And
but I think there's some nostalgia there. So I started to do a little bit of research on Gen Z just as a result of that story.
Yeah.
And from what I found out is they do crave nostalgia. Their top things are the 1980s, Y2K, which I don't know the connection with Y2K, financial wealth, and they want the appearance of a perfect lifestyle, but from an aesthetic point of view.
That's pretty shallow. Huh?
I don't know that it's shallow. I think what it is kind of that feng shui minimalist idea.
Well, they're the most online generation yet. They're fully raised, weaned and raised while the internet and social media.
Well, they were the first.
Yeah, they're the first ones.
Yes.
So there is something to be said about outward appearances on your online appearance, what people think of you online, right?
Right. But I took this a step further. I asked a coworker of ours today who has a young son and who started college and who's a Gen Zer, and his where he thinks that the time that he wants to fit into is the 50s and 60s.
Oh.
Now, so you think nostalgia.
He wants segregation.
Well, I wasn't going there yet. I'll save that for another show. But based on the conversation I had about him and some of the statistics you brought up about Gen Z men, he's craving for what would be known as a traditional family. A normal definition of what a man and a woman is and their roles and responsibilities in the household, and wanting to have just a normal job. And they look at it, he's looking at it as there were better times or simpler times.
Sure.
Now, every generation is going to say the one I grew up in was a simpler time. So, because I would say our Gen X, we had simple times. You'd spin around on a merry-go-round and fill up a jungle gym and all that good stuff. And parents didn't know where you were until the light came on. And
right.
But our parents would say the same thing about their growing up.
Yeah, everybody thinks the generation after them were soft and you got it easy and you don't know what it was like when I was a kid. That kind of stuff. Everybody says that. Yeah.
But I think what was coming out in the article and in the conversation I had today, I think what I'm finding out is the younger generation, the Gen Zers, they really are craving for a period of time when, they're looking for some normalcy, and we're not getting it. They tend to be nonchalant about the world around them, not really pay attention.
Laissez-faire.
Yeah, until something affects them personally, then it's knives out, and they're gonna, fight for it, tooth and nail. And that's kind of what I'm seeing. Yeah. Just in the research side.
So we said it's the most online generation. They speak in meme language almost, right? Like everything's a meme or can be turned into a meme. And I think that's why George Bush is so popular, because he's very memeable. Some of the things he says are funny when you just take it in context of his face, the way he looks, how he says it and what he says, like misremembered or fool me once, shame on you, fool me twice, shame on you, or something like that. He got like messes up sayings, and I think there's a bit of irony in this bushcore thing. Like they're kind of, he's kind of a simple man, so
yeah. Some of the other things that came out was they prefer experiences over possessions. Mental health is a major focus for them, and I might have a reason for some of that. Their communication styles, they communicate from a feelings first perspective.
Yeah, if you send the wrong emoji to a Gen Zer, like you could seriously offend them.
Or they just look at you funny.
Yeah, or they're gonna be like, "What did you mean by that?"
Yeah, and then as far as Gen Xers, we're the just deal with it folks when it comes to communication styles.
Yeah.
However, I would think that there's a lot of commonality between Gen Z and Gen X.
Yeah.
You got the millennials in between. And, I said, we tend to be standoffish on what's going on in the world until we have to be involved. And Gen Z's similar.
We were nostalgic for the 60s, like Woodstock and hippies, and the kids my age wanted to dress, like hippies and listen to 60s music.
Some of my favorite music is still from the 70s.
Yeah. So I guess maybe we are very similar. We did have a lot of catchphrases and quick little one-liners to describe how we're feeling in this very moment in a conversation, like gag me with a spoon or something like that.
Yeah. You're a dork.
Dork, yeah.
And then, of course, you had Back to the Future, and, heavy was the word. And I'm here to tell you, until that movie came out, nobody said the word heavy.
I never heard that.
I don't think anybody said the word heavy after.
I was pretty young. I was radical when I was a kid. Everybody said
rad. And then it got shortened to rad.
Rad, dude.
Everybody got lazy.
This was interesting. Gen Z now represents $360+ billion in disposable income in the U.S. alone.
Yeah.
And their buying choices push sustainable products, secondhand fashion, and ethical brands. That's the amount of money is pretty, but it's because it's a pretty large populous generation, right?
Yeah, I did look at those statistics. So as far as populations for 2024 was the latest. Millennials were number one at 21.81%. Gen Z was close number two at 20.81%, just 1% difference. And then the boomers were third at 19.67, and then us Gen Xers are 19.27. So we're still on the lower end.
Yeah.
And, all the boomers are dying off, and they're still third in line. We still haven't caught up to them. And the millennials and Gen Z just went zip right past us.
Yep.
I think we're the last ones to have kids. I think that's what it was.
Well, there's probably the Gen Z is probably going to have a lot of kids, I would say.
I'm not so sure.
Well, they got to get married first, and it seems like Gen Z men don't want to marry Gen Z women.
Why is that?
They're very different from each other.
How is that?
Politically.
What do you mean?
They're politically divided. More Gen Z men are mostly conservative.
Yeah, what's the stats say?
Trump supporters. What did I write down here?
You had it down.
Well, that's about dating ages.
It was somewhere north of 50%, close to 60% of Gen Z men.
53% of Gen Z women identify as feminists, compared to only 32% of Gen Z men. That's a 21-point gap. 60% of Gen Z men feel men are expected to support equality too much, versus 38% of women. 58% of Gen Z men believe women's equality has gone too far and it now discriminates against men only. And 36% of women agree. And their ideological splits are on political leanings. So Gen Z women are generally more left-leaning, while Gen Z men lean more conservative, creating one of the most profound gender-based political divides across developed nations. So, and it's really a lot of Gen Z women who are liberal refuse to date conservative men.
Right.
And
so you can't even get the males and females of the Gen Z generation together.
No, so the men have improvised, adapted, and overcome, and they're dating older women, 4 to 10 years older. So 52% of the Gen Z men say they're open to dating women 4 to 10 years older than them. Where millennials, it's only 9%, and for guys our age, Kevin, it's 1%.
Well, now, I mean, that makes sense because of our age.
Yeah, so, dating a 56-year-old woman for me would definitely not be an option. Sorry, women. Sorry, ladies. I know that's such a huge disappointment to you.
Yeah, you're causing a lot of heartache right now, Matt, I could tell.
Right. But so let's say I was 20. When I was 20 years old, would I have dated a 30-year-old woman?
I would have.
No way.
I wouldn't even blink an eye.
Not me.
I mean, that's how it was in college. I dated several.
Yeah. And maybe it's a case of I didn't know what I was missing. I don't know. But, yeah, it was not my thing, man.
But I think what you just rattled off on those statistics goes back to what I was saying before. The reason why men are looking for older women from the Gen Z era is not that they can't necessarily communicate with the women of their own generation, is they are going back to, they're looking for a more traditional.
But that would be a millennial woman, wouldn't it? Would that be a millennial, 10 years older?
Depends on where you were in the timeline.
Yeah, it could be. It's such a big swing. It's kind of silly to say, but
yeah. But I think again, I'm going to go back that it's reading between the lines what I'm hearing and what you said about men are, being expected to embrace. Yeah. What was it? Was it embracing equality or women's rights or something?
Yeah, feminism.
Feminism. So far that they're rejecting it.
Yeah.
But you can't come out and just say, I reject it, because then they're just,
You're a misogynist.
Right, and they're being exiled from everybody around them.
I always tell people, I'm okay. You can call me a misogynist. That's fine.
So I think what it is they're subtle about it. They're not going to say it out loud, but what they're going to do is they're going to go date a woman who's older than them.
Yeah, so a woman who's ready to have children, because, some women are waiting longer to start having children. So maybe that's what they want. They want to settle down, raise a family, have a job, and a picket fence, and a dog, and just live that normal Leave It to Beaver type of life. Mm-hmm. And, there's a lot of women nowadays that want to go become the CEO, want to have a career first, and then family after that, after they've established themselves. And, to each their own, I guess.
But what else are you seeing? Remember, we had a little bit of a discussion about the trad wife.
Yeah.
Want to be traditional.
Yeah, there is a big movement towards that.
Yeah.
Which is cool. I got myself a trad wife. I love it. It's fun. I thank God that I have the means to do that. The economy nowadays is crazy. Because there's so many two-income households that now it's become normal to have a two-income household, and then housing prices go up, and there you go. You think about like some of the prices of some of these houses around here. There's no way you could afford them on your own unless you make $200,000 a year or something like that, and so now it's just normal, two incomes. And let me look at this. There's something else too that they have what's called a romance recession now going on now. 50% of Gen Z adults are reported spending $0 per month in dating. And we talked to your daughters about this previously, Kevin, that men aren't approaching women nowadays. They're not approaching them anymore.
No.
And it's kind of a backlash from the Me Too movement and all that stuff, that they're afraid to offend women. They're afraid to that they're going to come off as creepy or something like that.
Yep.
Trying to get this microphone on, but it's not working.
I was going to say, I'll take a quick pause.
Yeah, let's take a break and we'll get our technical stuff figured out.
Okay.
Be right back. And we're back.
Yeah. So, we've been talking about this Gen Z stuff, and, what better way to talk about Gen Z than to actually have a Gen Z on with us?
Yeah.
And so I've got my daughter, Jenna, who decided to take a break from her busy schedule and come on board. Hello, Jenna.
Hi.
Jenna coming in with the main character energy.
Oh, my God.
Standing on business.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely. Always.
You feeling Stan?
That's not...
That's not how you say it, Kevin.
Yeah, Dad. Get with the program.
That could be a meme.
It's the purple for me.
Yep.
The purple?
Is that how I do it?
Sure. Are you making fun of my jacket?
No, not yet.
He's just making a comment about the color.
Okay.
I think. I don't know. But,
it's all corn, guys.
Jen.
I don't know what that one means. I've never heard that before.
We brought Jenna on tonight because she was born right in the middle of the Gen Z spectrum between 1997 and 2012.
Not on the spectrum.
Right. She was right in the middle. So,
Do you have a what do they call it? Infatuation with George Bush?
I know nothing about that.
Okay.
You're not down with the hashtag Bushcore?
Honestly, it's kind of iconic, but I haven't seen it, so I can't say.
Okay. Well, she's not a real good Gen X guest or Gen Z guest.
I'm sorry.
Next.
Get out. Send your sister in here.
Wait, that's the communication style. Just deal with it versus feelings first.
Yeah. We're like, all right, well, I guess we're done.
So you've heard some of the comments we've been making so far. What are your thoughts?
I agree with some of the stuff you guys were saying.
Like what?
Like the statistic that you brought up about guys feeling like girls are pushing feminism too much to the point where it's hating on men. Mm-hmm. I agree with that 100%.
Do you have friends that do that?
Yeah.
Wow.
And I've talked to them about it before.
Yeah, how's that work out for them?
Or you?
We talk about it, and they're usually like, no, you're right. And then if they do a comment that I don't agree with, I'll tell them.
Yeah. Are they single?
Yes.
I was going to say.
Have they dated?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes and no.
They date, what do they call them? Femboys?
Femboys.
Is that what they call
Yeah, so what is...
No comment.
What is the Gen Z description of the man?
Man?
Yeah, what are Gen Z women looking for?
I think we're all looking for something different. I don't know what the ideal is.
Any comment? Because I know that when you and 5 or 6 of your friends are all sitting on the couch in the living room and some guy comes on, you all scream so loud, I got to hold my ears.
Yeah.
And so there's got to be some kind of commonality. I mean, what is it? Do you want the hairy chest, hair on the back?
I have no preference on that.
Like
okay.
Brad Pitt type of guy?
Honestly, I cannot even picture who Brad Pitt is.
Well, I was trying to see. He's older now. He's got a little gray.
Are
a pretty good looking dude.
Are Gen Zers facial hair people or not really?
Very split. Mustaches, usually no. However, scruff, yes.
Okay. But not a full-on Taliban beard.
No, definitely not.
Okay, that's old school. Okay.
Yeah.
What about
I'm glad to hear
hoochie
that.
daddy shorts?
What's a hoochie daddy short?
See? You know what that is? The short shorts that are like...
Oh.
He
Magnum
keeps
PI?
telling me that's a Gen X thing. He made it up. That's part of his...
Hoochie daddy.
That's his generation.
No, it's girls younger than me
Stuff.
that like it. I'll tell you that.
Hoochie daddy.
But like the short shorts, like Magnum PI?
Oh, if Magnum PI wears them, then yes.
Okay, but...
Not other guys.
Nobody... You have to have some... You got to have some tree trunks for legs.
Yeah, you
got
to be Magnum PI specifically.
But he has a mustache, though.
But it's Magnum.
Okay.
That's all.
He gets
Oh, look,
pass.
I can make her real uncomfortable right now when I used to walk by or sit in the other room and they keep calling out the DILFs on their shows that they're watching. And I'm going, yeah, you guys got problems.
Bro. Hey, sometimes older men are where it's at. Like Pedro Pascal.
He's problematic, though.
Yeah, I don't think so.
You don't think so?
Not as much as people say.
Ugh, I think he's creepy. But, so Pedro Pascal, he's, what, 50-something? It's got to be.
I don't even know who he is.
You don't know Pedro Pascal?
He was on Game of Thrones. He was on some other
Materialists.
Shows.
I had no idea.
Yeah, that's about all I know.
So we were talking earlier about the trends.
Yeah.
1980s, Y2K, perfect looking life, financial wealth.
Is it the 80s or 90s? Like 90s fashion? Like Saved by the Bell?
I would say 80s was more like 2020. Everyone was obsessed with the 80s. But recently, early 2000s.
Okay. So that's the Y2K
right
trend.
That's the Y2K
it's not
stuff.
Y2K that we know. It's just the year 2000. The 2000s is what they're saying.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay.
And so what are the 2000s trends? Like low-waisted jeans and bell-bottoms?
Love low-waisted jeans.
So the mom jeans are out.
Oh, yeah, they're out. Low-waisted jeans in.
Thank God.
Does that mean they start to show off their underwear or no?
You don't have to.
The whale tail?
To each their
is what
own.
we used to call it. You know what the whale tail is?
Yeah, I do.
Okay. It's pretty gross.
I would never, ever do that.
It's kind of trashy.
Yeah, it is.
And you'd have your tramp stamp tattoo right over top of it. What else is a 90s trend? Or 2000s. I'm trying to think of hairstyles. What was the hairstyles back then?
I don't even know.
I don't know. I can't remember.
For some reason, I keep thinking the 2000s was a period of in-betweens. Like you had the 90s, everybody's crashing out of the 90s because everything was about depression. And then you're moving into the 2000s and suddenly 9/11 hits.
Yeah.
And
everybody was doing great until Harambe got killed. And then it was all downhill from there.
No more crop tops.
Crop tops are out?
Crop tops are out. Full-length shirts.
What, are you wearing a full-length shirt right now?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Well, kind of.
I haven't looked too closely.
Sort of.
I heard you talking to my daughter about belly buttons.
Mine is not cropped, but it's not full.
So crop top would be like full belly showing.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. We definitely don't want to see that nowadays.
No, we don't.
What about shoes? What's in style now? Like Chuck Taylors? We're talking like
New Balances.
New Balance?
I want a New Balance 550 so bad.
Like old lady shoes?
They're not. They're so good.
Orthotics?
I love them.
Okay. Were you talking white, like white on white, or the gray ones?
Both.
Both? Okay.
The gray ones are very popular now, though.
Yeah, they're expensive, man.
Mm-hmm.
That's supply and demand. I don't know. I mean, I was starting my family in 2000, so I don't know what I wear the same thing today that as I wore when I was in high school, just jeans and a t-shirt.
But you're a man.
Yeah, fashion doesn't really matter. What about, okay, so we talked about dating issues, right? But you're dating somebody right now who's your same age, who is a Gen Z.
Yeah.
Which is weird, according to statistics.
Just happened, man. I don't know.
Yeah.
How'd you meet?
Snapchat, actually.
Oh, okay.
Which I would never recommend, but
a very
I lucked out.
modern thing.
Mm-hmm.
Are dating apps still popular?
Yeah.
Okay. All the same ones?
Yes.
Is that because people are still afraid to walk up to each other and say hi?
Maybe. Not like my friends, though. Like, I've asked multiple guys out, like, in public before.
No.
So,
and how do the guys respond?
Usually with, I have a girlfriend. Or they'll be like, sure. And they'll give me their number. We'll see where it goes.
Or they'll say, I only date older women.
So is that the trend right now? Is that the women are approaching the men and not the other way around?
I think so, yeah.
Okay.
And probably what we were talking about before because of the Me Too movements and things like that. That's kind of what they've been stuck into.
Very possible.
That's another case of men dropping the ball and women feeling like they have to pick up the slack and do it because men failed.
Mm.
You know, there's a lot of things like that throughout history where men have just failed and the women are like, all right, I'll do it myself. And I mean, I would have loved as a kid, as a younger person, for women to approach me. That would do wonders for your ego and yourself. I'd feel great about myself. I'd be like, wow, a woman talk to me.
So one of the things that also came up was most Gen Zers, at least from statistics that we're looking at, are mental health focused.
Mm-hmm.
And when it comes to their health, anxiety, depression, burnout, loneliness were the top concerns. Why do you think that is?
Well, I was, while you guys were talking, you said something about how Gen Z, like you mentioned this financially as well. Gen Z sees like the generation before them and then is different. Like you said that we were very financially.
You're shooting for financial wealth.
Right. So, at least for me, I saw my parents be in a lot of debt. Okay? So, I am so money driven, very much so now. It's the same thing I think with mental health is you guys are very I just deal with it. But now we are all very let's talk about it. I feel like we see what you guys do.
Do you think the trigger might have been COVID, because COVID impacted Gen Z more than any other generation?
Yeah.
Because when it hit in 2020, you were a freshman?
I was a freshman.
Freshman in high school, and I can remember very specifically straight A's, school band, the marching band, other extracurricular activities, and then all of a sudden the lockdown hits and you're doing online teaching and it just fell apart and you wouldn't leave the house. And we actually went back from, you attending public school back to homeschool to graduate you. And, I'm just curious how COVID-19 impacted you, and, what are you feeling today?
About COVID specifically?
Or the impact from COVID? How are you overcoming that?
I think for me, I had always struggled with mental health related stuff. I mean, I always had anxiety. I just didn't know what it was. But COVID, I was stuck in the house so much that I was able to research it. And I found out because I was like not doing anything and I was always on my phone.
Wasn't there kind of a big push as well about the COVID times? Like, hey, talk to your children about mental health because of the isolation and whatnot. I think that it was brought out like, hey, this could be a side effect of what we're going through. The fear of COVID and plus the isolation.
It fits in with your conspiracy theory.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I think we got lonely. And I mean, we had not very limited human interaction. And you need human interaction. Yeah. And we only had it online, and that's not good enough.
So do you think that the pendulum has swung after COVID? We're 5 years past. It's swinging to now more social engagement between your friends, more emphasis on getting together and going out and having experiences.
100%. Like, I think you mentioned a quote earlier when we were all talking before the podcast where, like, now it's like, just do it. Or, like, just go out and experience things. Very much a big deal right now.
Yeah, experiences over, what was that?
Possessions.
Yeah, experiences over possessions. So, I think millennials, it really, you probably saw a lot of stuff in the media online about student debts with the millennials. They were the ones that took out the most student debt out of anybody, and they were the ones who whine and cry about it the most and want the government to bail them out. But that probably had an impact on you as well. Of like, I'm not going to take out a student loan for a degree that I can't use, and it's not going to pay enough to pay the debt off. And so very pragmatic with money, right? And Gen Z tends to be more entrepreneurial too. A lot of side hustles going on. Have a job that allows you to have the freedom for a side hustle. Doesn't take up 24/7 of your life.
Yeah.
Is that kind of what you're looking for as you're going to start your career? Because you have an entrepreneurial spirit, right?
Yes. I am going in to be an esthetician. So I could, if I wanted to, go into my own business. I don't know if that's what I want to do, but I'm very much a working woman. Like, I think that's just how I am. and always will be. I'm hardworking, and I want to have a career.
Well, can you talk about, like, how are you prepared to hit the ground running when you finish schooling?
Well, I've already looked into jobs. So I'm going to even before school ends, I'm going to be applying. You can already talk to, like, I've met tons of guest speakers already. I'm talking to them about where they're hiring and stuff.
And what about a social media presence? Have you started doing any of that?
Yeah,
I've been building it. So you've already started marketing yourself or preparing to market yourself to go out there. And
she's got an Instagram account already.
Follow me.
Yeah, what is it?
It is glow.withjenna.
Glow.withjenna. Okay. For all those people.
Is that the word dot?
No. Glow, Glo, period, with Jenna.
Gotcha.
And it's the full with, WITH.
Yes, it is.
Right? Okay, we just want to make sure because we definitely speak two different languages.
Oh, yeah,
here.
for sure.
So that's something like, when I was a kid, people were, guys would just be like, I'm going to go work for the union. You're like, well, what does that mean? You're going to go be a union plumber? Yeah, I'm just going to get in the plumbers union. Okay. Like, and you just go, guys would just go to the union hall and put in to get an apprenticeship. Now it's more, make an Instagram page, network before you graduate, know where you're going to go, who you're going to be working with, what areas, and you're probably, I would guess, selective about the people you would want to work with and how do they operate their business.
Yeah.
Like you don't want to work for a taskmaster who's going to keep you there till midnight, probably, right?
That would be ideal for sure.
Yeah. So something that would fit your lifestyle.
Yes.
Right. And that's, like Kevin, when you were looking for work right out of college, obviously you were in the Army, but when you left the Army and you're looking for work, were you worried about a work-life balance so much?
Not at all.
Yeah.
The term work-life balance didn't even appear in probably until the last 5 years.
I didn't even hear it till I started working at my current company.
Right. I've never heard work-life balance until after COVID. Then work-life balance became a thing.
Okay.
And then there's comparisons between how we work and looking at the European models.
Yeah.
The 4-day work week or, something like that. And
take the entire summer off.
Right. Yeah. And we're all going, hey, we want the same thing. But then when they tell you, well, this is all the stuff that's going to happen as a result of that.
Right.
We're like, no.
Yeah, they don't tell
I'll
you
keep
that
my money.
Most Europeans don't have a mortgage. Their houses are like all passed down from 10 generations.
Yeah.
They don't have quite the burden.
Well, you know what? That's true. I mean, when it comes to the United States, Americans are a very mobile society.
Yeah.
We don't tend to establish roots as deep as other places in the world.
No, we don't live with extended family in the same building. Grandma up, upstairs, and
or many times the same neighborhood,
downstairs.
even
same neighborhood, yeah, or village, I guess. So, what about this? It says something here that Gen Z is more radical in culture, but also more willing to experiment with tradition, like reviving old aesthetics. So, do you find that people your age can have like these feminist views, these radical feminist views, but also be willing to be like, oh, well, let me give this tradwife stuff a try?
Yes.
Yeah.
I feel like, we have views like values like, I want to be a certain amount of a feminist. However, if we watch like a TV show where like a man is like the quote unquote manly guy, or he's, the traditional and the girl is traditional, that could also be something that we find attractive as well.
So do you think one of those feelings comes from an external source, like society telling you need to be this feminist type of woman who's strong and capable and can do it all on her own, and you don't need a husband and that kind of stuff, but then there something inside you saying, attracting you towards the traditional lifestyle, or is it vice versa?
I think it's a little bit of both.
Yeah.
I think, yeah, there's always going to be the societal factors that kind of play into it. For me personally, I think mine is more just my upbringing rather than society. Like, I just feel like I get it a lot from Dad and how I grew up. But I guess it's different for everyone.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
How do you see it with your friends, like in groupthink? What's the prevailing philosophy there?
With a lot of friends that I have a lot of friends with single mothers. And I think that plays a big part into it. Single mothers in the sense where not where like the dad left, but the dad is not there anymore because he's passed away. And I think I've seen so much like #women power from them that I find really inspiring, because maybe like the husband passes away, what are you going to do? The woman needs to be able to be alone. She needs to be able to take care of herself. And I feel like that's really inspiring.
Or also if he's just a scumbag and takes
that
off.
That too, for
and,
sure.
You know, leaves them in a lurch, where that's another case of men drop the ball and leave women holding the bag. What are they going to do? You got to step up and do it. And that's probably inspiring to young women seeing that.
I think for me, I'm like, oh, I would love to not, like, I love the idea of a guy being able to step forward for me, but I want to be able to also, if need be, take care of myself.
Sure. Yeah. Yeah, because it's a partnership, definitely. You know, that's something that I always wanted, somebody who complimented me, but who's not going to be weak.
Exactly.
Somebody who can tell me, hey man, you're out of line.
Yeah.
You know, and that's what I have, thank God. And I think people take the trad wife thing when guys saying, oh, I want a traditional wife who's going to take care of the kids in the house, and they automatically think, oh, he wants a weak, subservient woman, you know, who's just going to do what he says. And that could not be further from the truth. You know, me and Kevin were talking, like, my wife, this is her house. She's the boss of the house. It's her role, biblically, that she's the boss of the house and she runs the household. And I provide the means to do that. That's what we do. And you can't be a weak, subservient woman who just does whatever the man says and fill that role. You just can't do it. So
I totally agree with that.
I think y'all are figuring it out. I think Gen Z's okay, despite the corn.
That's because, again, what I've been reading is that Gen Z is actually very similar to Gen X.
Yeah.
Our own generation. So we got that
digital.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're analog, they're digital. Kind of, you know, but they have the nostalgia for mixtapes. They were like, oh man, I wish we could make mixtapes and record songs off the radio.
That would have been so fun.
Yeah, it was fun.
Politically, do you and your friends ever talk politics very much or not so much? What's going on around us?
I am not huge in politics, so it's minimal, but whenever something serious does occur, my closest friends and I will talk about it and get each other's point of views. A lot of time we'll try to hear others' point of views so that we get a good idea of everyone's perspectives.
So do you have like the full spectrum of political views within your friend group?
Yeah, and also because of family at home as well.
Okay.
So, well, again, that fits in with the statistic that we were looking into earlier, that Gen Z tends to be a little standoffish, nonchalant about what's going on around their world, unless something is actually going on.
Yeah. Yeah, I think, you know, I'm more of an isolationist type of person, like, don't tread on me, that kind of stuff. But if you do, you know, you're going to regret it for sure. And I feel like Gen Z is the same way, like live and let live. But if you mess with me, then it's going to be a problem.
Very much let people live their lives, but if you're going to mess with me, then I'll mess with you.
I think they're definitely a lot more tolerant as on the alternative lifestyles than we are. than Gen X. You know, the gender fluid folks, furries and all that stuff.
Okay.
Is that too far?
Not the furries. Not the furries.
Not the furries.
My high school had litter boxes.
Are you serious?
I'm serious.
Yikes. Did they have tampons in the boys' restroom?
Not that I'm aware of.
No.
I didn't go in there very often. Yeah.
I guess. But yeah, Gen Z seems to be a little more tolerant of that. But there's a lot of the Gen Z men are there's a lot of Trumpers. Gen Z men, a lot of Trump supporters. Mm. But the thing I read about them is that they voted for Trump and they supported him, but now we're 8 months into his administration. It is a 55% decline in support amongst Gen Z because they're just sick and tired of seeing his face on TV. They're like, dude, you've done too much. Like,
it's not that he did too much or is doing too much. It's to get off the air.
Yeah, they're sick of seeing his face everywhere.
And again, I think that's why George Bush, in a Gen Z's mind, is becoming popular.
Yeah, because
he was the last president that had the class and decorum of what you would expect out of a president of the United States, the greatest country on earth.
I think Obama had it a little bit, right?
We love Obama.
You do?
We don't like him as a president. We love him as a person.
Oh, okay.
So as a president, George Bush was the last one, and you can look from
presidential.
And you look at every single one. Obama was close, but if you look at every single one since Bush, the escalation of the whining, the crying, the complaining, the accusations.
Yeah, what did he call it? Basket of deplorables, or was that Hillary? Said that.
I think that was Hillary. Obama was the one that kicked off the whole violence movement that nobody agrees with until I remind them that it was a political speech in Vietnam. I don't know where that came from. In Pennsylvania, in which he said, they bring a rock, you bring a gun.
Yep.
You know, they bring a knife, you bring a gun.
Yeah.
And so the violent escalation started with Obama, and it's become real today.
Yeah, it seemed like George Bush absorbed the punches.
He did.
You know, a lot of people had a lot of bad stuff to say about him, and some rightly so. But he just kind of took it like, I'm the president, and that's what you're supposed to, you know, people are always going to be talking junk about the president.
Right. I mean, I remember the time the one reporter threw a shoe at him.
Yeah,
and he just kind of dodged it, and that was kind of it.
That was funny.
You know, nobody went out there and attacked and beat up the guy, and he didn't call him, you know, the shoe mob or whatever.
Yeah. The shoe mob.
Yeah, I think, you know, I'm with the Gen Z on this, where I voted for Trump, and I supported his cabinet picks and I was like, yeah, let's do it, man. Chaos. Let's go. And then it was like 1 month in, I'm like, what is going on here? This is ridiculous.
Well, I know you well enough that I can call it the specifics that's turning you off on Trump. Mm-hmm. However, the chaos that he's creating within the federal government is still ongoing, and he's unrelenting, and he's got 3 years to get it done, and I appreciate what he's doing there.
Yeah, like the VA, he just got rid of the unions in the VA, and all the money they were spending on the unions, he put towards veteran care. Mm-hmm. Great. And I'll say the VA is right now on my list of government agencies that I'm a big fan of, the VA is number one. Park Service is number two. But what he did in his first term to change the VA is still having effect today, and plus he's doing more for veterans, which is amazing. And
yeah, the only thing he's doing good, and you could tell because of the response of everyone, is that he is, quote unquote, draining the swamp. And you know, at the end of his term, him and the rest of his swamp is going to go away.
Yeah. New swamp monsters moving.
You know, doing everything that he can do on it. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah.
Some people say that's isn't it like the Russians and the Chinese, or, you know, if you don't like what the Americans are doing, all you have to do is wait 4 years. It's going to change. Right. And maybe our guy will be in there, so that they have a long-term plans. They know, you know, we'll have a new president and a new agenda.
So yeah, speaking of agenda, hey Sergeant Major, what do you and your fellow Gen Zers, how are you looking at the present moving in the future, where do you see things going? Where do you see yourselves?
Hopefully not in war. That's just the number one fear I feel like right now, is we don't want to go to war.
Yeah.
Specifically because I've talked to a lot of people about this. I can't imagine our generation in a war, specifically because of the internet. Like, I feel like everyone is so interconnected now than how it was when wars have happened in the past that America was a part of. Like, I feel like it's just would get crazy.
Yeah.
So you think of the interconnection between us and other countries?
Yeah.
And why it would still happen?
What do you mean, why?
Well, how it could still happen.
Oh, yeah. Just feel like it's so much messier now because everyone is way more connected than ever before because of the internet. It's crazy.
Well, you can see it in high def. You know, you can see the war
Yeah.
from drones.
Which makes it crazier, too.
Right.
How would you react if there was no internet? If it just died?
Probably freak out.
Yeah.
I mean, we all rely on it.
Well, not all of us.
Well, like, yes, you do, though. Yeah, you
We
do.
we
you do
do
more than you think you do.
Oh, no, I agree we do out of necessity, but I think we're quick to be able to adapt without it.
Yeah.
I think I could adapt without it,
You definitely
but I would
could.
definitely freak out at first.
Can you read a map?
Yeah.
Okay.
How many people your age do you think could read a map or orient it properly?
Oh, definitely not a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, most of my friends can't even do left and right correctly.
What about
I see that all the time driving.
Oh, yeah.
address a letter and put a stamp on it and mail it to somebody?
Hey, I think we'd be good on that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You could write a letter and
I can write a pretty good letter.
but put the address on properly.
Yeah.
With a return address and a stamp
Yes.
and send it off.
Can you dial a telephone?
Yes, I can.
Okay.
Hey, we used to have one.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. What about, you know what else? Like baseball was America's pastime. They claim it still is, but it's dying. And younger generations just have no interest in baseball.
Pickleball.
Pickleball's your thing?
Pickleball's big.
It's the pickleball for
F4.
you?
F4?
F1. That's what it is. The
F1?
race.
Oh, Formula One.
racing?
Formula One. Yeah. F4.
Everything is shrunk,
Yeah.
right? Everything is abbreviations.
Not Formula One, it's F1.
F1.
Really?
Yeah, F1 was big. I don't know if it's still big. F1.
Oh, it's insanely
pickleball.
big. There's a new thing called
Well, Brad Pitt's actually coming out in a movie called F1.
yeah.
Yeah.
The Brad Pitt you don't say you don't know
You
about.
don't know, but now you
Well,
do.
now I do because you mentioned him in F1. I remember now.
Okay.
Go rent Fight Club, or you don't rent it, do you anymore? Stream Fight Club, and that's a classic Brad Pitt movie.
Oh, we don't talk about that.
Yeah, we don't talk about it.
Smart.
So what are we missing about Gen Z? Like what's something that's unappreciated or underappreciated about your generation? You think so we're Gen Xers.
Yeah. What do we need to know?
The
What do you
parents?
need to
We're
know?
both parents of Gen Z.
Mm-hmm.
You know. So
Yeah. So I got to deal with you all the time, 5 times over. So
Oh, yeah. What to know about us? Well, I feel like, yeah, you guys are the deal with it group, but I feel like communication in Gen Z is really strong. Like, we communicate with each other very well. I was just talking to my boyfriend about this the other day. Like, I feel like that's one of the number one things we always focus on is communication with friends and family.
Okay. So talk to him more, Kevin.
So does that mean communication, is it amongst your peers or others that communication's important?
Who's others?
Older generation.
Older?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or even younger?
Yeah, I think both.
So like if we're employers and we have Gen Z employees, we shouldn't just sit back and expect you to like we need to clearly communicate what we want from you.
I think yes, but I also think employers need to be harder on Gen Z.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do. Gen Z's kind of slacking off sometimes in the workforce, and it makes me mad as someone in the workforce.
Okay.
Because I'm a hard worker, and if
Because you're
you're
picking
not,
up the slack for
yeah,
them.
yeah, come on, get it together.
It's always been that way. There's every generation.
Yeah, it'll never change.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Mm-hmm.
There's always turds in every punch bowl.
That's valid. Yeah.
I thought it was a swimming pool.
Yeah. Same thing.
I don't know.
Just a larger analogy. It's corn. I'm still trying to figure that out, what that means.
I have no idea.
What does catch flights, not feelings mean? Does that mean I'm going to travel rather than have a relationship?
That's what my understanding of it is.
Okay. And hot girl summer
Oh, yeah.
doesn't necessarily mean you're hot. You're an attractive woman. You're just going to pretend you're an attractive woman, like Lizzo, who she just pretends like she's hot, right?
Well, in my case, no, I don't pretend. I just am.
Yeah.
So I have an actual hot girl summer.
Okay. So you have a real hot girl summer.
Yeah, yeah.
Legit.
Mm-hmm.
Not faking the funk. But that's basically what it means. The girls are like, I don't care what anybody thinks. I'm going to have fun like a hot girl.
Like, I'm going to focus on me and, like, my girls. Like, we're all going to have a hot girl summer together.
Oh, okay.
We're going to glow up. We're going to...
Glow up?
Yeah. We're going to make ourselves look better, feel better.
Oh, like get manicures and pedicures and facials and clothes shopping.
Yeah.
Okay.
Tan. Go swimming.
I see.
Put highlighter on.
And not get approached by boys.
Yeah, no. No boys.
See, here we go. We're already back full circle. No boys.
No boys.
Not during hot girl summer.
Oh, you can't mess with boys during hot girl summer?
You can, but...
But that's where you catch flights and not feelings.
Exactly.
You just mess with the boys, then catch a flight.
Yes, yes.
And don't ever talk. You Snapchat them, probably.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe. Alrighty.
So what kind of advice, do you have any advice you can put out?
For who?
I don't know. Jenna, what do you have? Words from Jenna.
Words from... Oh, advice?
The wisdom of Jenna.
Wisdom of Jenna. I'm not very wise, but I'll try my best.
Okay, go.
Be open to others' opinions. Be open to what others have to say, and don't ignore them or push them away right away without hearing what they have to say.
Okay.
Nice.
What did the Bible say? Like, be quick to listen and slow to speak? Isn't that a Bible verse?
Yep.
That's a much better way to say it than what I said.
But you said it in your own words, which is great.
Right. That's what we needed to hear.
And that is wise.
Thank you. That's so nice.
You're welcome. And that
I'm going to remind you that you have 2 ears and 1 mouth.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So when I'm speaking wisdom,
Yes.
and you're supposed to sit there and figure out
Be quick to listen.
Yeah.
I
Just because
have
I'm dad.
your list of your quotes on my phone. I listen.
That's right. You got it from Rachel?
Yes, I did.
Do you have to I do this sometimes when I'm talking to Caitlin. Like, turn the volume down a little bit. Like, I'm hard of hearing, but not that hard of hearing.
That's funny.
I don't think I have hand signals. Do I have hand signals?
No, you just look at us.
I just have the look.
Or you also you deal with it. It's been so many years.
Just turn your hearing aids off.
Jenna was the one that when she was a baby cracked one of my eardrums.
Yeah.
My bad.
Yelling.
I can see that.
Oh. I don't know where this beef came from.
We have beef. Is that a Gen Z thing?
Yeah, I guess so.
Beef. Where's the beef?
Where's the beef?
Yeah, we have beef. He's always coming for me.
What's the beef?
I don't know.
Where's the beef?
I don't know.
It's the beef for me.
What restaurant?
gosh.
What restaurant chain?
That's Arby's, right?
No.
Oh,
Wendy's.
Wendy's.
Where's the beef?
Where's
Yeah,
the
they had
beef?
that lady said she would go around talking trash about all the other burger places. Like, where's the beef in here? Like, where's the hamburger? Because they're so small compared to Wendy's burgers.
Did not know that.
Google it. You'll see.
Okay.
That was back in the day when commercials were important.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And you couldn't,
Skip it.
right.
Or fast forward.
Yes.
Do Gen Z, do they say okay boomer a lot?
No, not
I
anymore.
feel like that was a millennial thing.
That was just a 2020. Was that 2020?
Yeah.
It was not recent.
Yeah, you can't really make fun of baby boomers anymore because a lot of them are senile, and it's kind of like...
I know.
It's
They're all
not fair.
75 or older.
It's
Just
not
feel bad.
It's like elder abuse at this point. Alrighty. Well, speaking of elder abuse, I need to go to bed. It's getting late.
Wow.
You need to go to bed.
Well, I need to get ready to go to bed.
Okay.
There's a whole routine.
Sorry.
I have my skincare routine I have to do.
I should have known. That's great. That's great. I love that for you.
No, I really don't. I use one soap for my entire body and hair.
Jenna can help you out with that.
Yeah, I can.
Oh, yeah, okay. You exfoliate my bald head.
Yeah, absolutely.
Talk to Caitlin. She'll give you some business.
I'm pretty sure she could wax the stash if she needs to, too.
The stash is not going anywhere.
Really?
It's not November 1st yet.
I'm going to grow my mustache even longer, and my shorts are going to get shorter.
We just talked about this.
November 1st.
I'm not trying to date Gen Z.
Right. That's fair.
November 1st. You're not shaving it?
No.
Oh, okay.
Letting it go.
What is November 1st?
November.
Yeah, November.
Mustache
Men's
November.
Health. So I'll probably shave it before then and grow it for November.
Whatever.
I'll grow the handlebars for that. How about that? Get the chops going. My woman happens to like a mustache.
I think the older we get, the more we like facial hair.
What do you think about your brother?
He looks like something I don't know if I can say on this podcast.
Hitler?
No.
Oh.
No, he's got a full mustache.
Oh, you're talking about the pedo stash?
Like a gay porn star that yeah, kind of does.
Marines always do look like gay porn stars when they grow a mustache.
I'll have to show you a photo I took of him the other day.
You know, they got to keep it within regulation.
Yeah, and it looks pretty weird. The Army, it's the same as the Army, right? Same reg?
And he's only 24.
Can't be outside the edge of your mouth, and it can't touch your lip, right? And it has to be tapered.
Yeah. You can't touch the lip. Can't be past the edge.
It has to be tapered.
I think so.
Yeah, no, dude. No. Why isn't it growing in the middle?
I don't know.
Bro.
He's special.
Wait a few more years.
That's okay.
He'll be all right.
You should be happy. He's doing it too, just like you.
He's what?
He's doing it just like you. He's growing it.
It is not like me. How dare you? All right, I'm done with this. Let's wrap it up. We've been going for a long time.
Well, how can you reach us, Matt?
Everybody can reach us at showmemk@gmail.com if you'd like to give us a topic you want us to discuss, if you want to come on the show and share something, or you want to donate a bottle. You can get us on Facebook at the Headspace and Tasting Podcast. Same name on X and YouTube. Mm-hmm. And if you would, please like, share, subscribe on YouTube and comment there. You can comment on Spotify. That's really cool. And we will get back to you really quickly. We like to respond to our comments.
Thanks, Jenna, for coming on the show and give us some insight and feedback on Gen Zs.
Thank you.
Glad to have you.
And this is your second time on the show.
Yes, it is. I'm a reappearing guest.
First female reappearance.
Yep.
Feminism.
You did it. Feminism wins. All right, thank you, folks, and have a good night.
Peace out.